Can we turn a morning of yard sales and thrift digging into $1,000 of profit? Let's find out.
Oh my gosh.
For this thrift travel, we crossed the Pacific Ocean and made our way over to Washington State. We are going to spend our morning at yard sales until we decide to make our way over to the Goodwill bins. It's an extra exciting thrift adventure because we have two very special people joining us later on in the video. One yard sale is especially profitable, and I'm taking you along with me on exactly how I prep the items to resell. Stay to the end to see if we meet our $1,000 goal. Ready, Freddie? Let's go. As I was walking around this estate sale, I kind of noticed that there were a group of people that were talking about the items in a kind of different way. Like, oh, my mom bought this from here, and my mom bought this from there. Oh, Auntie got that from there. And I was like, huh, interesting. But they were not aware of the prices and things, so they were clearly not a part of this estate sale. And I saw them making a really big pile of items, and I was like, even weirder, what is going on here? Well, as we were leaving, I saw that at the cashier, they were trying to buy back these items, and it appeared to me that a different family member had decided to sell everything without consulting them, and these people were trying to buy back the most memorable pieces. And my heart broke for them that they were going through this, because especially after losing someone, sometimes it can be really nice to have sentimental pieces of theirs. So I really hope that they were able to work something out with this estate sale company. I thought I had a great idea to include my kid a little bit more. You want to hold this and follow me?
What?
My phone. Oh, this. You gotta get your hand out of it. Want to try?
Yeah. Can I look at the paw toys?
Yeah, go ahead. That lasted less than 30 seconds. I guess I need to hire a new camera person. I always keep my eye out in the Christmas section because it's one of those categories that a lot of people just cruise over, especially during the summer. So you can find some hidden treasures, but sadly not at this sale. Jerseys is a category that can do really well, but I just don't have a ton of experience with this, and they were asking for $30 a piece, so I did not pick any of these up. Nintendo Wii's, tons of accessories, $150. Not worth it. I was not prepared for what was about to happen. Yeah. Any purse, 50 each. Ooh. She said price, I mean, their listing says price to sell though. I wonder if it should be, like, it's not at the very beginning of the sale, if they would go down. Yeah. I don't like coming back. What?
Oh my gosh.
I think we got a good one.
How many did you get?
$290 worth. Future Mackenzie here. We are back on island. We are going through all the inventory that we bought while in Washington, including those major purse scores that I've already shown you. I'm going to be going through all the bags, getting them photographed and listed, and I'm going to try to do it a little bit differently than I normally do, but I'm going to take you along with me. Michael Kors Astor Brown Studded. This is the one that did have like a little spot on it that I'm not stoked that happened in like moving, but whatever. It's a good one. We're gonna list that on eBay most likely. This is the Michael Kors Signature Lex Hobo. We're gonna list it for $79. It does have this little spot here on the back, and I'm gonna actually try to sell this one locally. This one is the Michael Kors Jet Set Gathered Signature, and we're gonna list it for $74. Coach Daisy Liquid Black Hobo that we're going to be listing for $34. I'm actually going to try to sell this locally. This is the Coach Kristen Hobo with this ombre color. A little bit more problems during travel. That's a bit of a bummer. We're gonna try to list that locally. Same thing with this. This is the Coach Chelsea Gray Inlaid. We're gonna list it for $44. All of these prices I am saying out loud are my eBay prices. I might do them a little differently for Facebook Marketplace. And then we got these two Coach wallets that we're gonna sell roughly for about 20 bucks a piece. And then same thing with these straps, these extra straps here. This one is a Michael Kors strap. This is a Fry strap. This is the Patricia Nash Raina Burnish Tool Leather Tote. This is the Coach Hampton Crossbody Mahogany. And there were some good solds on this. I'm gonna list mine for $75. It does have a little bit of this crinkling that happened during transport in my suitcase, but other than that, she's still looking good. This was an epic find, really good score. It's the Coach Studded Eddie Shoulder Bandana Rivets. I always take it with a grain of salt when they call it rare, but this one is supposed to be a more rare bag. I love these little extra details on it. All of them are very clean on the inside. This is another one that is considered rare. It is the Tory Burch Bombay Tea Hobo. And we're actually gonna be listing this guy for $249. My favorite out of all of them, and is also supposedly rare. We just always take the whole, like, this is the most rare bag ever with a grain of salt, because people are always throwing out the word rare. But this one is the Fry Deborah Distress Riveted Brown Leather, and we're gonna also list this one for over $200. Okay, so first we wanna get our camera into square.
In all my listings, I try to include different types of measurements, and I prefer to take a photo with the measurement rather than type it out. I don't normally model with my items, but I thought it might help them sell better, if not at least quicker, especially locally. I just started to get into a good workflow when something dampened my enthusiasm.
No, 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 not the rain! It's raining! Not what we want right now at all. Let's go drink some water.
After filling our car up with purses, I was so excited because we were about to meet with two very special people.
Sweaty?
Sarah, a thrifting master, and my sister. Karen, a thrifting lover and my lifelong friend. These are two very special people to me, and when we are together, I have the best of times. My Kenzie cackle comes out in full swing.
I think we can figure it out.
I'm referring to the car being packed full of purses and wanting us to all fit in one vehicle.
Hi.
I bring up the book series that everybody has been talking about recently.
So, Karen, I went to Half Price Books, and I was like, do you have any Sarah Maas books? And she's like, oh, we just got like a few in, and I bought them all. I was like,
Which one did you buy?
the first 3 of the ACOTAR series.
I have all 5.
You have all 5?
I have all 5 too.
I'm listening to Assassin's Blade. And when I say read, I'm listening to all these because I don't have another option really.
We didn't have far to go, and all of us were able to fit into the very packed vehicle.
The Santa's so cute. That's cute. Tis gold.
They call us a flea market, but it's more like an antique mall with different booths for different people. These overalls were definitely a showstopper. This little wallet thing caught my eye, and I saw a tag, so I wanted to kind of gauge the prices and quickly realized these were going to be well out of my price zone. My child was obsessed with Taryn, so she stuck with her, but normally in places like this, I'm stressed out because I'm worried that she's going to break something that is kind of overly priced, and then I do this. I promise it was fine. Living in Hawaii, I find a lot of Ryan Spooner, but these were overpriced. And also, why would you hang it on a glass plate? It makes no sense to me. After dropping and knocking over 2 things, I decided I'm not going to touch anything anymore. One of my first big sales in my reselling journey was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles that I got at a really great price, and it was something that really stoked my reselling journey. I had no idea that I was about to score an epic find for myself personally. I collect vintage cups, and these mid-century modern Culver 22 karat gold mushroom cups that are in a low ball glass were an absolute score. I offered her $150 and she accepted.
These are so cool.
Goodwill is notoriously expensive, and I was surprised these weren't over $100.
Only 40 bucks. They're size 6 Lulus. Look how pretty. The details.
I had no right looking at purses, especially because that morning I had spent almost $300 on a bunch of them.
39. Awesome.
Exact same fabric.
Ooh.
I would pet myself all day long.
We are so cheap, and Taryn went back and forth about whether or not to get this, so we decided that after this place we were going to hit the Goodwill bins.
Also, you know what is My Date with the President's Daughter with that movie that.
I don't remember that. This Madewell is cute.
Taryn is known for always referencing and quoting movies.
Sarah, I don't know if you are interested. It's just a Lululemon black hoodie. It's kind of basic. Do you have pretty ones? I don't know. Do you want to see them?
It's so stretchy.
It's just kind of basic. Ooh, Willis. This is cute.
I absolutely loved this top. House of Harlow 1960 is sold at Revolved, and this probably retailed for over $100, but the price here at the Goodwill was too expensive to resell. I did end up buying this top because I needed a warmer long sleeve. Taryn is concerned how I ship back my inventory.
Yeah, I bring, I actually have 2 duffel bags. No. Yeah, but most of the time I'm not bringing, I mean, besides those cups, that, I'm not normally bringing breakables home. But even those cups, I'm just gonna put it in my hard suitcase with a lot of padding.
Back in the day, Raydon was such a big reselling item, but now it's super mass produced, although you can still find some vintage pieces that go for really crazy money.
It's $10 though. Look!
Pretty.
How much does
That dress.
Oh, it's $13 though.
This comes with that dress. It's so pretty.
Would you say, Sarah, the vase?
I was like, and sit next to that vase with that lamp in your cute little chair. I don't have nice things. I have kids.
Yeah, that snap.
Look at this. It's a little TV.
That's adorable.
It's so cute.
ALC. Like cassettes on it. This coat became my tug of war for the day.
To buy or not to buy?
I didn't know this brand, but the cornerstone tag made me think of a high-end, so I put it in the cart to look up later. Finding a high-end luxury brand like this Armani piece is a great sign. This probably is from the 90s and retailed well over $300. I just sold a sweatshirt by this brand, so I definitely picked up this top. This is an Anthropologie brand that actually doesn't resell for a ton of money, but I checked the tag and saw that it was linen, so I picked it up for an easy flip. Oh, that's cute! This was surprisingly clean, especially for the bins. You hardly find anything white without stains.
Okay, so it's blood-borne brainstorming. I want it to write a story about vampires. Me starts out as a human, gets turned into a vamp. Against will? Question mark? Or has to beg for it? Question mark. Vampire virus based in secrets. This person was onto something. Where's the rest of the book?
I spent a total of $40 at the Goodwill bins, and I got 31 items altogether. Some are for my client or a friend that does indigo tie-dye, and some are for resale. I will say that a lot of them I bought specifically for Plato's Closet, but let's get into it. This is just like a basic, not a great brand, but Cloth & Stone is an Anthropology brand, and this is 100% linen. I just thought this was a great color for the spring and summer coming up. Linen always does well, so I picked this up. This was a new to me brand, but I know Bryn Walker. I had never heard of Brashu Walker, and as soon as I looked it up, I saw listings for over $200. This probably retailed for around 200 bucks is what I'm guessing. It doesn't resell for quite as much, but even at 20 or 30 bucks from the Goodwill bins, that's a great deal. In this one little section is like this little nugget of We the Free. I'm not gonna open them up. They're just like big, basic, billowy, short sleeve tops. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and I actually found a 5th one that my sister took. I'm gonna bundle them all together and hopefully sell them for around $40, which would pay for everything, so that's awesome. My sister found this for me. It is a Vuori short sleeve top. I absolutely love finding Vuori. It sells so well, way better than Lululemon sells at this point. The next items are for Plato's Closet. I got these really cute airy leggings. My friend found this like vintage from like when I was in high school. Aeropostale micro mini skirt. I'm gonna take this into Plato's Closet and see if they want it. This was just like a really basic Pretty Little Liars. No, Pretty Little Things. Like super tube, like festival vibes. This is super cute. This is another like airy offline. Another mini skirt with a button fly. So my sister found this Victoria's Secret piece, brand new with the tags, so we're just gonna see if Plato's Closet wants it. This is a gorgeous vintage nylon lace, like nightie, but oh my goodness, I think it is so beautiful. Like just the details with it, I think it is so beautiful. It's a size medium, but I would say fit more like a small. I pick up this brand at the bins pretty much only, but it is a good brand. It's called 10 Tree. So the whole concept of it is that for every purchase, they plant 10 trees. This was just like a really fun, loose fitting, you know, great size. I sold one of their sweatshirts recently, close to $30. I think I'll probably get 15 to 20 for it. But from the bins, I just felt like that would be a good, easy flip. This was another new with the tags from the bins. American Eagle, the super high-rise baggy wide leg. Part of me is tempted to keep them. This last one is what kind of threw off my cost of goods, like per item. It would have been a lot lower if it wasn't for this jacket. This jacket alone was almost $5. But I couldn't leave it behind. The soles aren't even like there for me to justify grabbing it, but it was the end of the night. I know that stuff is gonna get all bundled up in the giant like bales of like clothes and they're gonna ship them off. I wanted to give it its best life, or at least give it a chance. This is a J. Crew Italian boiled wool. Gorgeous jacket. I mean, look at that. She was too beautiful. Size 10. This would have retailed for well over $100.
It was a massive day, from yard sales to the flea market to the Goodwill boutique and ending it at the Goodwill bins. Our total cost from the purses was $290.
As of now, we have sold $790 in those purses, and we still have $200 of potential profit listed and ready to go. The flea market and Goodwill boutique were too expensive, and we only got a couple of things for ourselves personally. The bins, we spent a total of $40, and right away I was able to take some of it to Plato's Closet and get about $25 back. Together with the rest of the items that we found, we have a potential profit of $178, bringing our total potential profit for the day to $1,168. If we take into consideration our cost of goods, we are shy of meeting our goal, but I still consider today a win. If you made it this far, will you do me a solid and hit that like button? And if you're feeling extra appreciative, maybe even that subscribe button over there. Appreciate you joining us, so make sure to check back next week where we're gonna hit the Seattle bins and I find a ton of high-end items.